Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Beyond Words. I'm Mark, and today we're diving into something that frustrates almost every learner. Let me paint a picture for you. Does this sound familiar? You discover a new vocabulary word. You look it up. You feel excited about learning it. But then, just a few days pass, and suddenly it's like the word never existed. You tell yourself, wait, I studied this already. Why can't I recall it? If you've experienced this, let me be clear about something. You're not slow. You're not failing at English. And you're definitely not the only one. This is something every single learner goes through. In this episode, I'm going to share practical strategies to help you retain English vocabulary. Simple strategies. Effective strategies. Strategies that fit into your everyday routine. So let's start by exploring why our memory works this way. Understanding this will change everything. We don't forget vocabulary because we're poor students. We forget vocabulary because that's simply how our memory operates. Think of your brain like a storage system. When you actively engage with information, it stays accessible. When you ignore it, it fades away. The first time you encounter a word, your mind asks itself, is this something I'll need again? If that word never reappears, your memory decides. Probably not important. Time to let it go. This is completely natural. Your mind is designed to be efficient. It holds onto information that proves its value through repeated use. So here's what I need you to understand. Losing track of words doesn't mean something's wrong. It actually shows your brain is functioning exactly as it should. Now, the answer isn't cramming in more vocabulary. The real answer is encountering the same vocabulary multiple times. A lot of students fall into this trap. They push themselves to memorize huge lists. 15 words daily. 30 words daily. Sometimes even more. It makes them feel accomplished. It makes them feel like they're making progress. But what's really happening? Their mind gets overwhelmed. And an overwhelmed mind struggles to retain anything. Here's what actually works better. Focus on one word, but interact with it in multiple ways. Let me give you an example with a basic word, night. This word is incredibly common. I'm sure you already know it. But instead of jumping to 10 different words today, what if you explored? Good night. Night shift. Last night. At night. Night owl. Notice what happened. The same word appeared in different contexts. This sends a signal to your brain. This word keeps showing up. I should remember it. And that's when your memory locks it in. Now, here's something crucial I need to share with you. Pay close attention to this. Vocabulary words hate being isolated. A word sitting by itself has no power. It slips away easily. When a word exists in isolation, your brain doesn't know how to file it away properly. Let me demonstrate with a single word. Warm. Pause for a second and think about it. Warm what exactly? Warm weather. Warm blanket. Warm smile. Warm greeting. See how your mind immediately starts searching for connections? This creates confusion. When confusion exists, your brain can't create a solid memory. Now let's try something different. Listen to complete sentences. The room feels warm. She gave me a warm hug. I love warm bread. Can you sense the shift? Now the word warm isn't floating in space anymore. It belongs somewhere. It carries clear meaning. It connects to reality. This surrounding information is what we call context. Context refers to the environment where a word naturally exists. It shows you how the word functions alongside other words in actual communication. Context allows your brain to grasp a word's true meaning and store it much more effectively. When you memorize isolated vocabulary, it disappears quickly from memory. But when you absorb vocabulary within complete sentences, your brain processes it deeper and retains it far longer. So here's the golden rule you must remember. Don't ever learn vocabulary in isolation. Always learn vocabulary embedded in sentences. Sentences provide words with a natural home. Alright, everyone. Now I want to challenge you to do something simple yet powerful. I want you to vocalize the words using your actual voice. Don't just think them silently. Don't whisper them in your thoughts. Say them out loud where you can actually hear yourself speaking. This matters tremendously because English isn't just an intellectual exercise. English is a physical skill you practice with your voice. Your voice, your hearing, and your thinking all need to connect. When you vocalize a word, you're giving your brain another exposure to it. When your brain receives that auditory input, it recognizes that this word deserves attention. This creates a deeper imprint that's harder to lose. Let's practice this together right now, taking our time. I'm going to say a sentence. First, just listen carefully. I eat breakfast every day. Now let's say this sentence together. Don't rush it. Take your time. I eat breakfast every day. Perfect. Really well done. Let's repeat it one more time as a team. Clear and deliberate. Speak it aloud now. I eat breakfast every day. Outstanding. Each time you vocalize, you're reinforcing the memory pathway. You're building lasting retention, not temporary storage. So here's the key takeaway. Listening helps. Speaking helps even more. Combining listening with speaking creates the strongest memory for English vocabulary. Now then, let me share an important insight about vocabulary study. You don't need marathon study sessions. You don't need 60 minutes. You don't need 90 minutes. Your brain actually dislikes extended study periods. Extended sessions lead to mental fatigue. A fatigued brain loses its ability to retain information. Your brain thrives on brief sessions. 7 minutes. 12 minutes. Repeated consistently. This consistency is everything. Here's how it might look in practice. You encounter a new word this morning. You study it briefly in the morning, maybe 7 minutes. Then you move on with your day. Later in the evening, you review that same word in a different sentence, another 7 minutes. This approach is called spaced repetition. Spaced refers to the intervals between your study sessions. Repetition means revisiting the same vocabulary across time. You're not trying to master the word in one sitting. You introduce yourself to it. You take a break. Then you reconnect with it later in a fresh context. Your brain responds incredibly well to this pattern. The first encounter, everything feels brand new. The second encounter, recognition begins. The third encounter, confidence emerges. This is the natural progression of memory formation. 7 minutes now. 7 minutes the next day. 7 minutes the day after that. This approach outperforms cramming for hours one day and then abandoning practice for an entire week. So lock this principle into your mind. Brief sessions work. Daily consistency works even better. Regular small efforts train your brain to remember English vocabulary permanently. Alright, I need you to really absorb what I'm about to say. Forgetting isn't the same as failing. Forgetting is actually an essential part of the learning journey. You're working on improving your English. That means you're actively developing new skills. You're going to lose track of some words. That's completely expected. What truly matters isn't how fast you progress. What truly matters is that you keep moving forward. Consistent small efforts, day after day. Your English skills aren't disappearing. They're accumulating steadily, gradually, and solidly. Thank you for joining me today on English Beyond Words. I'm Mark, and I'll see you in the next episode. Keep studying. Keep pushing forward. And remember, you've got this.